Welcome to the Couch Co-op Podcast. In this episode, we're exploring this day in gaming history and clashing brews with Lord Beerstro. Then it's all about Dave in Canada as we challenge him with video game picks. Aaron's Mobile Minute keeps you in the mobile gaming loop, followed by our top three great games I've never played but would like to. Don't miss the Couch Co-optionals for ultimate co-op picks and a round of trivia to cap off. It's a gaming adventure packed into one episode. Join us for fun, challenges, and camaraderie. The Couch Co-op Podcast starts now.
Couch Co-op is full of douchebags. Couch Co-op. Couch Co-op. Couch Co-op.
Hello, Couch Co-opers, Couch Potatoes, and Couch Codependents. This is the Couch Co-op Show. And Dave's in Canada, eh?
Wow.
I'm Ian, and I have Jared, Nick, John, and Aaron with me on the show
Hey,
tonight.
boys.
How's everybody
What up?
doing?
Doing
Good.
Been a good day.
Yeah.
My voice might be a little raw. I was lots of laughing and screaming and good times last night.
And then you went to a concert.
And then I went to a concert. But we got Nick celebrating Christmas in the back there. Very exciting.
Yeah,
Nice.
His gamer tree.
I dig it.
I'm gonna have to get some decorations, maybe some lights, some Christmas lights.
I also have a couple more ornaments on the way too, and I still need to get a topper for it.
My production budget has been exceeded, so there will be no more
Your production
decorations over
budget?
here. Yeah, I have a weekly production budget, and it's always exceeded. So
Oh, I see.
Well,
All right. Well, cool. Well, I guess we'll get to it. Jared, what happened in this day in gaming? Gaming.
So, November 12th, 3 years ago, I think we all have one, but a PS5 was released.
Fuck yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
As well as a game that I picked out was Super Mario Galaxy, came out in 2007.
Oh,
Yeah, the
That was-
original.
How many years ago was that so I can feel old?
16.
God damn it.
I
not too
swear,
bad,
it
really.
feels like it came out longer than that even.
hmm Well, didn't it come out for wasn't it out for the GameCube? If I remember correctly.
It was the Wii.
Oh, I thought it was the GameCube for some
I
reason.
loved the
That's
place.
Super Mario Sunshine, Aaron.
Oh.
Oh, I thought
Come on,
Galaxy.
Sunshine.
Sunshine.
Hey, I don't follow up on the Nintendo verse as much as I
Yeah.
should.
The PS5
That's
launch
right.
was cool because we pre-ordered them, and so it was delivered to my house on that day.
Yeah, same here.
I was like,
oh
oh,
damn,
how
2-year
awesome is
Ian
this?
and I both got pretty lucky.
that's
Yeah.
crazy coordination.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
2 years
times.
later is my turn.
Yeah, it took a bit.
Between the shortages, parts, and all that other stuff, yeah.
Yeah,
took
it's
a
wild.
minute.
And now, this week they released a slim version of the PS5,
Nice.
Yeah.
It's not much slimmer.
along with new earbuds. This week the PlayStation handheld things
The
coming
handheld
out.
thing.
Portal.
Oh, yes.
Portal, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
so all kinds of PlayStation stuff. But yeah, November 12th,
I
3
approve.
years ago.
Super
That's
cool.
when we got our PlayStation 5s, Ian. We put a lot of hours into those.
Yeah, for sure. I just remember like
Still going.
going up to that, like just trying to like pre-order it from Best Buy, not being able to pre-order it from Amazon, not being able to, and then finally getting into the lottery for the Sony's lottery, and then that was fucking
Yeah,
easy.
Sony emailed us.
It's
yeah.
like, oh here, come join, and it's like okay, fuck yeah, and that was the easiest thing. It's like,
Yeah, I was on one of my delivery routes, doing my job, and I knew about what time the line was opening up online, so I just parked at one of my stops and jumped on my phone and Was waiting in the queue for only like 6 minutes and ordered my system, and I was in.
Wasn't that during COVID? That's during COVID,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So I
Yeah.
was at
Yep.
home doing nothing.
Yep.
I was just sitting at my computer.
Oh,
That's
a
right.
lot of bots were ready for ordering PS5s from all the
Yes.
other
Oh my-
locations.
Oh my God, how can I forget the boss? Like literally, like they had it pre-programmed. Like as soon as all the shipments came in, gone.
And then I just had fear that like the sales guy was or the delivery guy is gonna steal my PS5 or some shit. You know, just like this whole like,
yeah.
uh.
Great. Now what?
Right.
But that didn't happen. So the celebration, and you celebrate with beer. Speaking of beer, Lord Beerstro, what are we drinking this week?
Beerstro!
Well, I didn't really have too much planned. I haven't been to the store or anything, and I'm basically just kind of cleaning out the fridge at this point. But
Oh, hey, by the way,
I've
welcome
had
back. Are you feeling better?
I have residual sniffiness and an occasional hack, and I probably just sound like I'm congested all the time. But yeah, it's good to be back.
Cool.
Got to catch up on a few things last week. It was kind of a bummer though because it was probably one of the few times where I actually had a complete answer to the try play beat, but I couldn't be here because I would have been coughing the entire time, and I would have worn out the cough button on my mic. But anyway, on to my segment, which is basically just a fridge cleaning thing. But I have 2 bottles of beer from Firestone Walker. I've got a double DBA, and it's going to be going up against the 26th anniversary ale. I'm not really familiar with either of these, so
what do they look like?
What's DBA? Is that like double vaginal, double anal, or something?
Oh my God! What a child!
Double barrel ass. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
So it's yeah, it's gonna. Well, I mean, at the ABV of 12.3, I mean that's.
Oh shit!
Yowza.
Yeah, drink a whole 6-pack.
You are getting double penetrated.
Yeah, and this one being at 11%. Yeah. Good night. Welcome back to drinking, Nick. Because I took a week off of that too. So.
Well,
yeah,
I read somewhere that alcohol is good for sickness. I could be wrong about that one. I'm not a doctor, so.
Good for me or good for the sickness that's trying to kill me?
Little from column A, little from column B.
Are you feeding the sickness or a sickness?
Well, just like Aaron said, column A, column B. I mean, I'm sure I have a mental illness of some sort that's enjoying this.
Oh.
Nick, what's the highest percentage in a beer you've ever had?
It's probably from Ian's most favorite brewery ever, Dogfish Head. It's probably the 120-minute IPA, which
it's brutal.
The one that I had clocked in at 18%.
Holy shit!
It's just fire.
That's like the average of like a bottle of wine or something like that.
That
right.
and I think their worldwide stout kind of clocks in like right around there as well.
And then we were having a discussion
back in the day.
We were discussing at the bar last night. Some beer people were talking about like you shouldn't really trust the ABV on the bottle because it's usually a bit higher. So
well, the thing of it is, at least back then,
also depends on how
Dogfish Head didn't actually put the ABV on the bottles of the ones that I was drinking at the time. I actually had to look this up, and it was people kind of reporting what it was because it wasn't on the bottle, and I don't think it was on the website either.
Yeah, John's
actually it may. Sorry, Aaron. Go ahead.
Oh, you're fine. No, I was gonna say John's Market. They'd actually like take a little piece of paper and like actually back in the day before they started printing it on there, they actually write it down because they was constantly ran at the Dogfish Head reps. They'd ask them figure out what the percentage was, and they'd write it down on a little piece of paper and put them on all the ones whenever they ran into them. So yeah, that's a thing. Unless you ask, you didn't. As strong as shit or strong as fuck, depending on what you did.
Cool.
Yeah. And they also may have just been suckering people like me and who see a high ABV and like, oh, I gotta try this.
I honestly have never paid attention to ABV. I just like the taste.
Mm. Well, I mean, part of it has to do with like for example, these bottles have probably been sitting in my fridge for the better part of a year.
Oh yeah,
So,
nice.
I think,
So we're going
I
back to
mean,
out of date beers.
well, no, these are ones
Well,
that you can age,
these
Yeah, you can
son.
age them.
yes, they're
Yeah.
ageable. Yeah, certain beers you can age, and so actually they
Yeah.
may be done by now because I was talking to a friend who actually owned or helped co-start a brewery. He told me that with beer, if you let it sit out like in the cellar or something like that, or a little dark, cooler air, a warmer area than the fridge, that's how it like really gets this stuff going. And then when you want to drink it, you just put it in the fridge and it's ready to go. So I did not know that for a long time until he told me about it because his
Yeah.
friend actually helped co-start a brewery, the Commons Brewery in Portland. His friend actually helped him make the beer for that brewery before he went to do keg brewing, keg making, like welding and stuff. Yeah, he told me about that. So I'm like, okay, that's good to know.
Well, we'll let Nick drink his beer, and we
Yes.
will move on. And we were gonna do try play beat, Nick, but then Dave decided to go on a trip to Canada, and I thought
Hmm.
it's been a while, and it's always
Ooh.
fun to pick games to make Dave play. And I know that many people, mainly Dave, says, "Why don't we do it to other people when they leave?" It's like, well, because it's not as fun. And
Yeah, I mean, you
I'm
had
going
an
to consider
opportunity last
this.
week, and
I'm
you
going to
talked about it, but
I'm going to consider this Dave's segment. So, when Dave leaves, he gets a segment.
right, attention on Dave.
So now you know, Dave.
Right.
So what we're doing is we're just doing a quickly go around and recommend a game that he should play that we think he would like, and bonus points if you can tie it to Canada.
There we
Oh,
go.
it's a game we think he would like.
No, well, you want him to try him. I mean, it doesn't have. Well, no. I try and pick games I think he would like. I mean, obviously, someone picked Hatsune
I thought we were trying
Miku.
to have fun here.
We were supposed to have fun. Yes. Whatever.
Yes.
Yes. But whatever. All right. Who wants to go first?
Sure.
All right, Jared.
Okay.
I picked a game that was developed in Vancouver, British Columbia. It's one I've been interested in, but I've strayed away from because usually I don't dig that type of game that is. It falls under a lot of different genres. It's called Inscription. It got a lot of high praise, and it sounds like it goes down a lot of weird rabbit holes. And Dave likes weird. I see on this page genres: indie game, puzzle, horror game, adventure game, more. And I don't know.
That sounds like a Jared game. Those are
No,
usually
like
Dave's. Those are Dave's
card
favorite
thing,
games.
the card thing. It has like weird card stuff, but all the people I heard talk about it says that's not like the whole aspect of it is cards. It's like the first part of it is a little bit of that, and that just gets weird. So
Okay.
I'm kind of interested in if he does try it, like what his personal experience with it is.
That was a game.
I
that
think
was
I've
hot.
heard about this game.
Yeah, so have I. It was hot for a
It's
hot minute.
Inscription spelled with a Y.
Yeah, but it's like you're in a tent or something like that, and then you're talking to like a host.
I believe that's on
Huh.
Game Pass, isn't it? Or it was.
I don't know. If it is, I'd try it probably, but yeah.
And it's a short
It's-
game too, relatively,
It's
isn't
psychological horror. Its rating is 10 out of 10 on Steam.
There you go.
Okay.
I believe it's on
So-
everything though.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It is. It's everywhere, even on the Switch.
Okay. Yeah. Yay.
Ooh. Yeah, Ian, go for it. Play your Switch.
All right. Who wants to go next?
it? I'll go next.
All right, Johnny.
So I picked. I typed in for search. I typed in Canadian walking simulator, and one game that stuck out was called The Long Dark, which is
That's my
a
pick.
Oh,
survival game.
it's a double
And,
pick.
Yeah, it
Ah,
was.
we have a
I got a
whammy.
backup too, so I could do my backup if you just want
No,
to take
that's
over,
fine.
Nick.
No, because I haven't. This. Go ahead. You've probably done a lot more research on it. I just.
So pretty much you just play a bush pilot who crashes in the Canadian wilderness, and then it's first person, and then it's pretty much just a survival game. So, collect food, water, shelter, um, and then just a lot of walking around,
A lot of
which
grinding.
I know
What's
how
the game
much
called
Dave
again?
loves.
Long Dark.
The Long Dark.
Okay, I think I've heard of it.
I've seen it. I've never. I think you're muted, Nick.
I think I want to play this actually. I guess I was muted because I was making
Noise.
otherworldly noises.
But
Okay.
as a backup, because I figured someone else may pick this, I also picked Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 2009 on the
I
Xbox
probably
360.
actually play that.
I think he's probably already played that one with his light
He
guns.
may have. He may have the gun still,
Yeah.
the little
Oh,
shotgun.
he
it
still
came
has.
with.
Well, I don't know if he has that. I don't know. Anyway, cool. All right. Aaron, you want to go? Since Nick, are you looking for another one? Are you done?
I've just got a goofy one.
Okay,
but
so Aaron, go.
All right. Well, I was trying to think of something that was tied to Canada, and I mentioned it before in the Discord chat room, but I was gonna go with X Men Origin Wolverine. I picked that one mainly because it's actually kind of a fun game. I seen a little bit. I played the demo when it first came out, and it was actually kind of a fun game. I don't remember what. Yes, it's on 360 and PlayStation 3, and honestly, it is. I kind of found that game fun. I haven't played an solid X-Men game since the Game Gear.
One of the few instances where the movie tie-in game is better than the movie.
Yes, very rare, very rare. This is
And Hugh
true.
Jackman does
pretty
do the
low
voice.
for that, but
He does. But I picked that one also because let's see, Wolverine. It's based in Canada.
Wolverine is Canadian.
Yes, Canadian Special Forces, and that was the other reason why I picked it. But it's a fun game though. He might like it, he might not. I don't know if he's into the whole mutant thing. I know he's not a superhero person, but he may like the Wolverine thing. But you never know.
It's not very comic booky. Like, it's a good action game. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's true.
Ian, is that the uncaged
I got past the
version?
demo. I thought it's the basic one.
Yes.
Oh, it is?
Hell yeah. Yeah, they came out 2 versions because Nintendo wanted them to do
That's
a
right.
T game. So the mature version they released for the Xbox and PlayStation is called the Uncaged.
Yeah, mature.
Uh,
I should play this
okay.
again.
Yeah, I may borrow it from you.
yeah.
You have a
I-
PlayStation 3?
Well, I'm hoping the PlayStation 5 is backwards compatible for that game.
It is not. It is not.
Not that far, unfortunately.
All right, Nick, what's your silly pick?
I say we take Dave out drinking and then we go play some Big Buck Hunter.
That's not silly. That sounds like it'd be
Like,
fun. But
get
yeah,
him
it's
drunk
silly.
and then put antlers on him and then, like, shoot him with paintball guns?
No, there's an actual arcade game that we can.
No, I know.
It's okay,
We've all seen it.
and then we'll do that
We've
later.
all been to a bar, therefore it's there.
All right.
That's funny.
Paintball guns down in the garage.
Well, it does sound fun.
My pick is I went the route that Jared did, but so I picked Watch Dogs Legions, and it's developed by Ubisoft Toronto, and so but the game is set in England, and I believe that only French Canadians know how the true English are, so that's why they decided French Canadian. Usually get a lot of butt of jokes, and I think that, but that's aside from that. I think the game's pretty fucking awesome. You can basically pick any NPC and enlist them into your group, and then like you do that in the beginning. Like you just pick a random NPC, and then they become an agent for the watchdogs, and then you can have like an army of like 20 of them, and if one dies, they perma die. And then you can fill them up with someone else, or you can release them if you don't like them. And each NPC has a special skill set. So, like, let's say you just like a taxi driver, so then you're good at driving. Or you pick like a construction worker, so then you can manipulate construction drones. Or they all have special talents, and it's special hackable talents, and it's all this game didn't get enough love. I thought it was great. I had a lot of fun with it. It's, in my opinion, the best Watch Dogs game. I did not like the first one. The second one's pretty good, and this third one was awesome. So I just had an army of, obviously chicks. I would go around looking for cool hot chicks,
Right.
and then they'd all run around in like their underwear or bikinis, fighting evil. And great game, a lot of fun. I think Dave would dig it a lot. So I'm surprised he hasn't played it. I think you can get it right now on PSN for like $9.99. It's pretty cheap. Anyway, that's my pick.
I still never played any of those Watch Dogs games.
I would just go with the third one. They don't really tie together, really. I mean, they're similar games and the hacking type of stuff, but the stories are all very different. So like, you don't have to like start at the beginning.
Does Dave have a?
Go ahead.
I was going to ask if Dave had a Switch.
No, he's the only one I think that doesn't.
Okay.
Wait, John, you have one.
But I was trying to look up games because Eidos Montreal, but he's played a lot of those games like Tomb Raiders and all that kind of stuff. And BioWare's up there, so you can't really recommend BioWare stuff. He's played a lot of that. So there's a lot of really good Canadian studios.
So anyway, that is, Dave Challenge, Canadian version, A. We will, where I guess, Aaron, do you have a mobile minute? Aaron's
I
mobile
think
minute!
I do, actually.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man,
Let me clear the
That's
throat.
hard to pick.
I better get my timer going.
Aaron's mobile minute!
And
All right,
out.
let me know when you're ready, and I'll start or just go ahead and start asking questions, and I'll pop the timer.
Point.
Name.
Guy.
Single.
Yes.
Multi.
No.
Genre.
Adventure.
Advertising or word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
Like music.
Yes.
Like graphics.
Yeah.
Time played.
About an hour.
Keep playing.
No.
Other than Jared, who would you recommend it to?
Dave.
1 out of 5 rating.
I give it a 3.5.
Does it have a story?
Yes.
Do you like the story?
So.
Beginner friendly?
Yeah.
Skill based?
No.
Developer?
That game company.
Available on console?
No.
Cost?
Free.
Microtransactions?
Not that I can find.
Like microtransactions?
That's it.
Nope.
That's it.
So Sky is very multiplayer, has lots of
It is?
microtransactions. It's on Switch and PlayStation, and soon on Steam.
Nice.
It's
Isn't it also
kind of all
on
over the
Mac?
place.
Son of
I
a
don't know if
bitch.
it's on Mac or not, but yeah,
See, I didn't know that. I did not know that stuff.
yeah,
I
you can get it on
didn't-
your PS5 for free. And I don't know, it's
I thought it was just a
it's a
console-
fun
I
social
thought it was-
thing.
That's a
Yeah,
mobile
Wasn't
exclusive.
it generally
My
exclusive?
daughter and I play it together.
But wasn't it originally exclusive to like iPhone? So,
I thought so.
but I thought the app anyway.
Originally, and then it came to PS or Switch, and then it came to PlayStation, and then it's
Oh.
going to go to Steam.
So is this
sorry,
one of
big fan.
the rare times to say a mobile game has come to a console?
No.
There's been several times, I think.
Switch is littered with
Mm.
mobile
Oh,
games.
that explains a
Yeah.
lot. Okay.
Yep.
That's why their market is so cluttered, Ian. That's why it takes such a long time to load.
I mean, if you look at PSN and some of the PSN sales, and you get like some of those 99-cent games, those are all like a lot of those are mobile games
Probably
too.
mobile games,
So,
yeah.
Mhm.
It
Just without all the stuff.
yeah.
Oh, and in my opinion, Aaron, the microtransactions are pretty egregious. Like you can buy through PlayStation, you can actually buy a pack that comes with Journey costume, which is like 4 pieces of costume and a voice, and it costs like $25, which is more than Journey costs as a game.
I was gonna say because Journey is free.
Well, I mean,
It's
for
free.
us,
Well,
we
it's
got it
free.
for free once upon a
True.
time, but it's probably like a $20 game,
Yeah.
something like that. And like
God.
this graphic pack costs 25, and my daughter keeps asking me to buy her costumes and stuff for it. It's so expensive.
I feel like some of that shit is not fair. Like you should like,
I don't know.
like if you played Journey or Flower, that when you play Sky, it should recognize your save files or whatever and be like, oh, you play this game, here, get this for free.
That'd
Like
be
Gran
cool.
Turismo would always read your save files and be like, oh, you've played the game before. Here's like a free 100,000 credits or something. Like, we know you're
A lot
fan.
of things, yeah. A lot of things can be bought by using candles in the game. And through PlayStation Plus, they actually give you bonus candles. From time to time, I've gotten like 60 of them or something like that. But some of these things cost a lot
So
of
why
candles.
didn't
and
you
it takes
like
a lot
it?
of time to earn them.
I thought you would love it. I mean, especially if you've been playing Flower so much.
I think it's just because I like Flower because it's so easy to pick up and play, and you don't really have to think much about it. And then Journey was kind of a similar thing. You just kind of go straight. That's all you really did in that game, and I don't know why. I couldn't get into that game. I tried. I was just like,
You should try downloading it to your PlayStation and see if it's different.
Probably because you played it on a phone.
You should try playing it on your PlayStation.
yeah, I'll give it one more crack. I mean, like I said, I think it's just the tiny screen versus I played Flower, I played Journey, and those are amazing games.
Yeah,
And
this is a game, like adventure game. I've tried playing adventure games that require a little bit of exploring, and it sucks. I don't like using like touch thumb sticks and things like that.
Well, here's
So
the other thing.
Personally, that would ruin the experience.
When I was playing
I've tried it on mobile.
In response to the egregious microtransactions, though, like playing the game, none of that shit is necessary to play the game. Like,
it's just
like you wouldn't even know it existed unless you were looking to do that. Like the game itself does not require any of that shit.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't lock anything. Like just getting through stuff.
So people want to spend $20 on that kind of shit. I don't really give a shit. It's not like I don't care. That's their choice, not mine. But anyway, all right.
I think that's why I didn't notice.
Well, that's Aaron's Mobile Minute.
Yeah.
Let's drop in with
highly inaccurate one.
No.
Yeah, you're fine. Let's drop in with
had
Nick.
your experience. It might unlock multiplayer later. But,
see how his beers
go
are
ahead,
going.
Nick.
How are your beers?
Oh. Well, I'm
still working on the first one.
Well, I should. It's 12.3.
God, Nick, you gotta like chug that. You gotta get through
That's
it.
a sipping beer.
No, don't chug when you're not feeling well. That's where they get you.
All right.
Yeah, this is a 3-hour show, right?
Well,
no,
I don't
for
think
you.
so. You're might have to like. Anyway, so yes.
Main course.
So I had this idea last week. I told the guys that I thought it'd be cool to pick 3 games that we had never played. We really want to play, but we just missed. We just never did it. We never played them, never got around to it. And then instead of saying, "Oh, I wanted to play this and blah 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 because it was cool," blah blah, the rest of the group would like comment on the game and judge whether we should play it or not. So like Jared picks a game and we talk about the game and like try and talk it up or say, "Don't fucking touch that game. That's a fucking awful game."
Right.
So I'm just curious, and I know some of us that probably haven't played the game either. So like that's, so this could go very long or it could go very short.
Cases,
it could go very, 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 roundabout kind of way. So
Here's to long.
Here's to long. So I guess we'll kick it off with Jared. Jared, what's one of your games?
So with all the news of recent games, there's a game from the past that I want to try called Alan Wake.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
I've always wanted to try the first Alan Wake. I just never have sat down to do it.
They had it for free for a monthly game. Did you get it? It was like a month ago.
Yeah, the remaster.
Through what?
PSN.
PlayStation. Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
I thought
you probably have it.
Huh.
In October?
Let me,
It was a
I
while.
think so,
it was a
yeah.
few months back. Yeah.
check that out. Has anybody played it?
John has.
Oh yeah, I
No.
played it.
John talked about it.
I could have swore last month was the Callisto
Yeah,
Protocol.
that's true. Alan Wake remastered.
No,
Okay.
it's not October. It was like a few months back. It was like
Oh.
It was like around Halloween. That's
no, it was
how
further
I
back. It was further back than
No,
that.
that was
So
that was
September
Callisto
then?
Protocol last month. That might have been.
But anyways,
September.
Alan Wake, I think it's a very strong. Have you ever seen Twin Peaks, the '90s TV show? Well, they
That's what I keep hearing.
Came out
I
the
never
current
did
season.
watch it. That's everybody keeps talking about that. I think that's one reason I kind of have been staying away from it because I don't know anything about Twin Peaks other than it does some weird shit.
It's just the setting and style. It's not. It doesn't necessarily follow. It doesn't follow the story of Twin Peaks, but it's just the setting and style that it follows closely. So you play. The synopsis is you play a writer who goes into a small Pacific Northwest town to because he has writer's block, and then his wife gets kidnapped. So you're spending the game trying to get his wife back, and there's
Spoilers.
supernatural forces involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've
Interesting.
never played it. I've always heard like
It's creepy.
Great
You would like
things.
the creepy factor, Jared.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I do love
Yes.
horror.
and it's by
games.
Remedy. They make
Very
fucking
true.
kick-ass games. Control is awesome.
So one thing I don't appreciate about a lot of horror games that they're all like survival horror. You can do scary without having to limit everything. Is
I
this a
agree with this one.
survival horror game?
There'll
Is
probably be times that
everything limited?
you're coming close to ammo, but I never. There's only been a few parts in the game that I was running empty pretty close. So you probably will have to reload some checkpoints in order. Like there's one part in the game where you don't use a gun, someone else is using a gun and using a flashlight to direct them where to
Yeah.
shoot, and that's probably as close to that mechanic you're talking about that you're going to get to that game.
It's not like
And it's
Resident
just-
Evil. It's not that
Yeah.
that, I believe.
Yeah, there's not some invincible thing chasing you through room to room to room.
Oh, like Mr. X.
No.
Ugh.
Yeah, I hate that BS. It's so
And then
annoying.
you'll pick up power ups. You can pick up if you explore the environment. You'll find like more powerful flashlights and better guns, and they have like flashbang grenades that act like grenades. So there's different tier of weapons depending on your play style. Like they have a pump action shotgun and a sawed off shotgun, but I actually like the sawed off shotgun. It's not a sawed off. It's a double barrel shotgun, but I like the double barrel better because it
More
fires.
power.
Yeah, it's more power versus the pump action takes too long to reload.
There you go.
Yeah, of course.
Alan
Okay,
Woke.
Yeah, I'm downloading it to my system now.
Oh,
yeah,
awesome.
see?
Hell yeah.
It's currently downloading. Yeah,
There you go.
19
Yeah, that was a
minutes
game where-
left.
That was a game I was talking about where his wife looked like she got work done in between when the original game came out.
Well, the original one came
Yeah,
out for
okay.
like what on like PS2,
360 or
PC?
something, wasn't it?
Oh, it was 360.
Yeah, it was
Xbox
PlayStation
Think so?
3.
Was it 3?
Yeah,
Early though, right? Like
it was
Yeah,
like
very
2010s
early.
or something like that.
I don't remember.
Maybe 2009.
Sapporo. Nice.
But yeah, it's a
PBR
great.
and a
I
bottle in
think
there,
you would
too.
really enjoy the creepiness factor of it.
Cool. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go. There's
Cool,
one.
yeah, yeah,
There's one
totally.
positive for Jared. Nick, what do you got on your
Alright.
list? First one.
Monster Hunter World.
Oh boy.
Yes,
Ooh,
please.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yes.
I will absolutely join you.
I've never played that, but just based on
Based on the mobile game?
yeah, actually yes.
In on the lore and the
ooh.
costumes? Oh, I love this idea. I would love to play that too.
I mean, I have no knowledge of the game whatsoever. I didn't even look it up. But especially since I just found out that apparently the mobile version has a story that you can beat today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that today.
Wait, did you ever add it to your library back when you got your PS5?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I didn't
shit.
know that was
Because they
I
had,
could
well,
have.
they had the PS4 free, or the PS5 free game library that had a bunch of PS4 games in it, and Monster Hunter World was one of them. But
Oh.
they
I
find
probably
they
still
they
have
have
my disc copy.
yeah, I probably have my copy too. But
I'm sure I can probably
Yeah,
get it
make
like on
this.
sale or something for cheap too.
Yeah,
but,
easy.
No, I just I remember you guys talking about it like
it's awesome.
Yes.
even years ago, like talking it up, and I wasn't even sure of what kind of game it was, because I always kind of feel like when I started listening, it was like it's like when you you're not there for the beginning of the conversation, you kind of just like jump in the middle, so it's like you guys are already talking about it even before I got to like.
So you can
hear
play
kind
it
of an
solo,
info.
or you can group up with two other of your friends. Like it's a 3-player fire team, right? Basically, yeah. And then
Yeah. Well, it's four.
But
Four
see,
people can
is
see,
it
I don't
four?
even understand.
Yeah.
I don't even understand any of this. It's like I don't even. I mean, I don't
So-
understand how it correlates to like I mean I understand how the mobile game works, but I mean I don't know.
It's nothing like
In
the mobile
reference-
game.
it's nothing. You
Okay.
you create your character, and there's these monsters in the world you have to kill, and so you hunt. You kind of track them at first. You kind of have like this thing where you kind of track the monster, and then once you come to the monster, you have to defeat it. Basically, it's basically a boss battle game.
Yeah, and the more you track a specific one, the more you fight one, the more you'll learn it. The quicker you can track them, and that kind of stuff. It's a very system heavy game, so it can be a little overbearing when you first start it, because there's a lot of tutorials, a lot of stuff to know.
Here you go.
But then
14 weapons, which you can pick one.
But then,
really good at.
But then, like the mobile game, you grind out certain monsters, and then you create. You pick a weapon. Maybe you don't like it. You pick a different weapon, and then you create that weapon, and you keep leveling up that weapon, and then you keep leveling up your armor and your gear. And so like different monsters you'll focus on versus other ones, to make your gear better, and then it just keeps going. It's just like this weird leveling up grinding game that's a lot of fun, because like you can choose to kill the monster, you can put you can capture it, you can put it to sleep and capture it, and there's different. Both are good things to do. Not one outweighs the other, but like you get certain things from like capturing one versus you get certain things from killing different parts of the monster. So it's a lot of fun. I don't know. I put like 100 and some odd hours into that game.
I will say this: I liked when they did the limited armor sets, when they had like the Monster Hunter X, like Street Fighter. Somebody did a Mega Man.
I have the
one.
Ryu costume.
I have the.
You have a Mega Man.
So you have a Palico, which is like the cat that like kind of runs around, but I have a Mega Man skin, so like my cat is Mega Man. He just runs around as Mega Man. It's pretty fun.
Is the Journey costume $25 or?
There's no Journey costume, and none of that shit was expensive.
The only thing I ever paid for on that game was the expansion.
I don't think there. All that. All that stuff was free. You just had to like complete a quest for it. So like you have to fight a certain. It's time sensitive, and you had to complete like a certain monster, or go into an arena and fight a bunch of monsters at one time, kind of thing. Because I also have Chun-Li and Ryu skins. I never got the Geralt. I never finished that. Because that was kind of ass.
I never finished that. That boss was hard.
It was ass.
I got the Dante one. That's like my favorite one I ever got, because it's like it actually looked just like Dante with like I made his coat blue instead of red. But everything else is spot on with Dante. I even got a special blade too. It's pretty awesome.
Good choice, Nick. Good choice.
Yeah.
Well, this whole episode almost feels like it's tailored to me, because there's so many games that I've missed. But
which is great. Yeah.
Okay.
My stuff to play.
My first game. What is my first game? So a game that this is a sequel to a game that I loved, and then the sequel dropped, and a lot of sequels I just wasn't really. I don't know. Just didn't have a lot of desire to play. But now I'm kind of feeling the desire. So unfortunately, I think Jared's the only one who's played this. But so the Horizon Forbidden West.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like a good one.
Totally. You can borrow my PS4 copy.
No, I can't.
I thought it was PS5.
I thought you had a PS4.
Oh, I do have a PS4. That's right. You got it on a PS4.
Yeah, I bought the PS4 disc and upgraded. That was like the last one you could upgrade for free. So
I think I could
have access to it.
I could probably just get PS Plus and play it there too on PS5.
Okay.
But I don't know. I was starting to feel like I really liked the first one, though. It just seemed like you and Dave were mixed on it. So I don't know. Is it? I don't know.
The map is a lot bigger than the first one, so it may seem like you're just kind of traveling for longer periods of time. But there's tons and tons of stuff to do, which in most open world games that's common, and it just gets distracting. And the side quests are actually worth it if you're wanting to do them. But I was in a mood when I was playing it where I just kind of wanted to see what the main story was. But after I finished that, I went back through and did most of the side quests. I'm trying to remember if I got the platinum in that game. So I went all the way through and did all that stuff.
I mean, I remember I got the platinum in the first one, so I imagine, and I feel like a lot of the Sony first party games make the platinums pretty easy these days. It's one of those
they're not
things that
bad.
gets people to play the games more than just the main
It's
story.
nice.
So, but yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking like, I should go back and play that because the
Yeah,
concept is
it's
so fucking
solid.
awesome. So anyway,
And they kind of did that whole like Mass Effect thing where you gather your group of people, you have a main hub, you go do missions that impact your relationship with them, and then it ends up, changing the story a little bit and that kind of stuff. So they added all that kind of
so not doing all
stuff
the
to
side
it.
quests, did that affect your ending outcome, or did you do all the
I
loyalty
did all of them,
missions?
so I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know. It's just how they interact with you in some ways. So
gotcha,
I can't tell you how that would play out
gotcha.
differently.
I loved the next. I remember in the first Horizon, you actually did that, and like certain things happened throughout, and that was kind of dope. I love that. I like when you can actually do an effect outcome type thing, like Mass Effect did a masterclass in that one. I feel like just because it was like you had to keep everybody alive or everybody would die, and that was like, oh fuck, I should really do that.
Well, the end of this game makes me really interested to see what the hell they're going to do in the next one.
Cool.
Oh,
A lot of people were mixed on the ending, but I'm like, wow, what's the sequel going to be like?
I don't usually
Wow.
listen to Kind
Okay.
of Fun. I haven't been listening to Kind of Funny lately, but I did go back and listen to something like they did this podcast on the best Sony games for the PS5, and
Yeah.
they did it in partnership with IGN Beyond or whatever. And she was
Oh yeah, that was last week. Yeah.
she was talking about Horizon, like how she thought it was like the best game, and it like got criminally underrated, and so like I was like, man, I should go back to it.
Yeah,
yeah.
I liked it. I think it's totally worth your time.
Yeah, cool. All right, Aaron, what do you got? What's your first one?
Well, okay, so I'm gonna, it's funny. I kind of stayed away from these for a long period of time, but this one kind of made me like I really want to, but I missed out. It was the Assassin's Creed. I think it was probably Odyssey actually.
Oh
Like
baby,
I seen
Oh,
those
wow.
gameplay, and I'm just like, maybe I should really give the Assassin's Creed newer games a chance. Like I should
How
give
much time you got?
Odyssey
yeah,
not a lot, but
that's a massive
it's
game. Odyssey is like my favorite, and it's one of my all-time favorite games. So like, I 100% say fucking do it. Odyssey over any of them. If you're into that, in my opinion, I think that one's and play as Cassandra. Don't play as the dude because that's
okay.
the better voice actor.
Yeah, I've seen
Do a
gameplay
20-minute mission every day and finish it in 3
But
years.
it's a big ass game, dude. I
Right
think I
for it.
put
Get
like
her-
200 hours.
Get
in
her
that
oiled
game.
up.
You can
fuck.
actually oil her up too.
Yeah.
But no, I'm like I
That's the
saw
only way to play the game.
Like
I saw-
father, like son.
Well, I saw like I guess I played a little bit of the older Assassin's Creed, and I was like, okay, fuck this series. It just But then I saw the newer ones. I'm like,
It's totally different. It's totally
yeah.
different.
And then I saw the last one. I'm like, Odyssey. I was like, okay, you
The
guys
DLC is pretty
got
good
me.
too.
Okay. Yeah, no, I was down. But then I just completely missed.
I mean,
But,
the Valhalla one's pretty good too. I think there's more
think it was-
fun and humor, and I think it's a better looking game than Valhalla. I think Odyssey's just a prettier game, but anyway.
Yeah, I also deals with my favorite type of mythology. Remember, it's in Greece, if I remember right. Is it Greece that takes place? Yeah, it takes
Mhm.
part of my favorite era of
Yeah.
that time frame. I love Grecian era, so it's like that's like
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, yeah, I would totally do it, dude. It's
Sounds
fucking
like
awesome.
an Aaron game, yeah.
I love that. I love that. Okay, cool.
And it's
I dig
pretty
it.
cheap right now. Or I have it on disc if you want to borrow it.
Okay, yeah, and I got I should be able to play it. So yeah, right.
All right, John. What's your first contender?
Eternal Darkness from the GameCube.
Eternal
Isn't that
Darkness.
like making traps and stuff like that? Is that
It's,
Eternal Darkness?
I'm
You
gonna
play
say-
like
Part of
5
it.
different characters through different time periods, and it's about this spooky book, and you deal with
Oh.
like psychological. There's like a psych meter, and as you
I've heard of this game.
witness,
Okay. Oh
witness
yeah, I've
more
heard of this game.
supernatural things, you start become more insane, and then the game starts to mess with you. Like you can get error messages, like your system is failing, or the game disc itself it's failing, but
they
it's
stole
not. It's
that
just
from
a
Metal
game.
Gear Solid 2, I see.
Yep.
Oh,
That's
when
right.
did Metal Gear Solid 2 come out, and when did Eternal Darkness come out?
Way before Eternal
I don't know
Darkness.
when did I don't know what year did
Eternal Darkness is from the GameCube era.
Yeah,
Metal Gear Solid 2 is from PS2 era, so it's like similar.
Which is the same
Same
era,
time,
isn't
yeah.
it? Yeah.
All right. But no, I remember. I think I know you talk about. I've heard of this game. I read about it in Nintendo Power, and I'm like, no, no, which is
Yeah,
crazy.
but it's always been like really highly rated as a PlayStation, or excuse me, as a GameCube game, like one of the best GameCube games.
right.
And so I've always
I
been kind of
think
curious about it.
Cool. I've never heard of it. It's like a horror game then?
it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's more like it's horror, but it's like psychological horror. And you play
Yeah.
different characters, and not all the characters, some of the characters actually die in the game, so it's not like you're trying to not everyone you're playing is going to live.
Do you have a
Fun.
GameCube?
No.
So how are you gonna play this game?
I could probably get it on the Switch.
Oh, you probably maybe.
Do you have a Wii, like one of the first gen Wiis by chance?
Oh, I
you can play
did.
Because
Yeah,
you can play
GameCube
games on
the
that
Wii,
too.
Yeah. If
Yeah, I don't
looks
have
like
a Wii
there's-
anymore.
I have a first.
You might be able to get it from archive.org if you have a.
You can emulate it on your PC.
You can emulate it on your PC.
It came out in 2002. Metal Gear Solid 2 came out in 2001. So
Yeah.
So it's
Internal
They
Darkness
copied
is
it.
fucking copying.
Yeah. So I'll paste that in the group.
I
for
doubt
you,
they're
just
copying.
in case.
That's just funny.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because that
I'm
sounds like
surprised
that
no
sounds
one
like
else has played Eternal
that
Darkness.
sounds that sounds like
No,
a
I
mechanic.
never played it.
That sounds like a mechanic that's like throughout the game, and the Metal Gear thing only happens in one part of the game.
Yeah, the Mantis boss. I remember, right? Yeah.
No. That's different.
That's Mantis.
Oh, that's different. That's Metal Gear Solid, the original. I'm talking about like the game just telling you it's breaking down and dying. There's a moment where the game is like, games, and then it's like you should stop playing the video game. You need to rest. It's like lecturing you on what you shouldn't be playing the video game right now and all this kind of crazy shit.
Okay.
Funny.
Okay.
I don't remember that.
I know. I've only
It's
played
been a
that game
while.
like a million times, so it's like
Yeah,
ingrained
exactly.
in my head. It's when
Right.
Raiden is naked.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, cool. Eternal Darkness.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Right on.
Cool. Get a GameCube, buddy.
Good luck.
All right, Jerry, what's your next one? Second contender.
So I've always wanted to try the Star Ocean series, and
Ooh.
recently there's been like a remake of the second one. That's like a 3D pixel arty looking one. It looks really cool. The only experience I have with Star Ocean is that free to play one that came out recently, and it's like just like everything I would like. It's sci-fi RPG kind of stuff.
I
So,
can't
like,
offer you
I don't
like
know why I've never
any-
tried.
I've never tried. The only thing I can say is that I believe all those games are like on sale right now on PSN.
Huh.
Like
They're-
literally, like I feel like all the Star Ocean games.
Well,
are on
probably because
sale.
that
Big.
new one just came out this week.
Maybe
the remake.
because there's like a bunch of them
the
on
second
sale.
one.
Yeah.
They're big. I can tell you that much. I've played a few of them. I played until the end of time on the PlayStation 2 or 3. I can't remember which one it was, but that game is massive. And
No,
it's-
they're all pretty big RPGs, like huge.
No, they're just
Yeah.
expansive, and they seem like it's kind of hard to explain. It's fun though. It is up your alley. Very very sci-fi up your alley type. It's
Didn't they
definitely
start
worth-
on the Sega Genesis? Isn't that where they
think
were?
so.
Maybe that's why I never played them.
Is Star
so.
Ocean
Yeah, I
not
don't know.
related to Star Tropic in any way?
No, it's not.
Mm,
I was curious. I was, whatever.
yeah.
I mean, Star Tropic did have some sci-fi shit in it, so who knows?
I was just curious if that was tied in any way. I don't know.
That would be interesting, but I don't know for certain, but I doubt it.
I guess we could look that up.
Yeah, you could look that up real quick. So no, other than Aaron, nobody's tried that
No,
series, or does
no.
anybody know anything?
This looks like
about it?
a very Jared type of game.
Yeah, it's like sci-fi Final Fantasy.
It's basically
I mean,
it's basically
Yeah, I mean Final Fantasy
yeah,
goes pretty sci-fi. What Final Fantasy 4? You go on the moon. It's
right.
it's pretty wild.
Well, Warmech always seemed pretty sci-fi-ish.
Which one?
The first one. Warmech.
Warmac. Huh.
I mean, I think he's like a staple of any Final Fantasy game, and he was in the first one.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, maybe.
never mind.
Yeah, maybe someday I'll have to try it out. But it as all the games, is the battle system turn-based?
No, so what Star Ocean was, if I remember, I don't know if they still follow it today, but it was very like Final Fantasy 12, where like you kind of run
Oh.
around like an arena and just like you can pick and choose who you fight, but you don't have to like wait for them to do a move and then you do a move and back and forth
Okay.
type thing.
Huh.
But you do have like special moves that like it builds up and you can do that, but it's
Okay.
it's more like Final Fantasy 12 with the battle system, where you're in a giant arena and you can fight and heal and stuff like that too. So it's like a three-team fire team pretty much. In those situations, it's pretty fun. I actually like
Okay.
it. So
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well,
They're
I'll
not
keep that
tied
one on my
together.
radar then.
They're not tied together. But there was this funny forum post. Like he's like, "Do I need to play Star Tropics to understand Star Ocean?"
Is Star Tropics made by an American company?
I don't know, but there's a sequel.
Swear
There's
it
two
was.
games.
Yeah, I played both of them.
I only played the
don't
first
know if
one.
I finished either of them.
I finished the first one. That's the only reason I have affection for it, because I finished
Yeah,
it.
Star Tropics was great.
I don't know who developed it.
Yeah.
It's not a American designer,
Huh.
Genyo
Okay.
Takeda, but I'm not sure who actually developed it. It might be just straight up Nintendo. Anyway. All
Okay.
right.
Nick,
what's your next one?
what's your next one? Yeah.
Beer game.
game.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, how's
Do you
the
want
first
to pause?
Yeah, you want
and
to pause
talk
and
about
like,
your
yeah.
beer?
I do, because I finished the first one.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's,
Okay.
It's very delicious and potent. It's one of those wonderful high alcohol beers that I like, where it's sweet. It's like sweet enough to where if you let it kind of dry out, it becomes sticky.
Sticky icky.
A little sticky icky, son. And by the way, that first one, this double DBA, not that this answers what DBA stands for, but it is an Imperial Special Bitter aged. Oh, maybe it does.
I would say double barrel aged.
Yeah, double barrel, bitter aged, or oh boy, easy for me to say. Imperial Special Bitter time.
You got
One more
this. You
time.
got this.
He's already feeling the
Imperial-
effects. It's already fucked him up.
Yeah, clearly. Imperial Special
Start just
Bitter
like a beast.
Ale aged in bourbon barrels. Oh,
A
there's a
double
mouthful.
blast to his ass. Yeah. Let's.
Yeah, and some mouthfeel, definitely. But no, this was terrific. I really like this. And by the way, dun, 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 dun.
Oh, you're importing. Sorry to interrupt you, Nick. You're importing sound effects now. Hell
Nice.
yeah! Is this in the access to the
Mhm.
group?
I don't know. Are they?
No,
Fuck
sounds,
yeah!
sounds like somebody paid for Nitro.
Full of douchebags.
Oh yeah. He has a couple. Yeah. Okay. They're in there.
Sorry to derail your segment, Nick. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. That's great.
No,
Ian.
no,
Good
we
job.
found a new toy. And by the way, this was a vintage 2023, so probably hasn't been sitting in my fridge for the better part of a year. But I mean, I probably bought it like 6-7 months ago. So
Cool.
whatever, it's
Pretty
still
good.
good. It's still a very tasty beer. And
You're looking. I mean, you're looking a little
one.
flush. I mean, really. I mean, it's affecting you. I think.
Little lazy and flush coming at
Little
you.
red, little rosy cheeks.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's cold out too. Yes,
Yeah, I got my
baby,
coat
it's
on.
cold outside.
He's already singing, dude.
Some shit.
Oh man, he's ready
I would
for
like
Christmas.
Nick when you go
Anyway.
to like a wine tasting. Do they pour you the glass? Are you like Oh, just leave the bottle. I'll go through the whole bottle, and then we'll keep going through the second bottle for the tasting.
No, I do it like in a sideways where I just grab the spit bucket and I just start drinking from it.
There you go.
Jesus.
Gross.
That red really goes well with
Has,
the
has
white.
anybody seen Sideways, or am I the only one?
I've actually never
Yeah.
seen
Sideways.
Sideways.
Oh, okay.
And
I don't know.
I've been, I actually, I heard a podcast and they were talking about it. I was like, God damn, I've never seen that movie and I've always meant to. And I was looking for it on streaming and it's not anywhere.
I've got it on DVD if you want to borrow it, but I mean, I do like the movie a lot.
No, I hear it's great.
pretty
I've
good.
always wanted to see it. I've never seen it.
You have the Sandman and yeah, you have
And
two
Rhino.
Spider-Man characters. Yeah, you have Rhino and Sandman
Yeah.
in a movie, and they're drinking wine. It's
hilarious.
great.
That's right.
Hilarious.
All right, what's the next one you're going to start? And then we'll.
Yeah.
And then
So
we
after
need to get
all,
to your game.
yeah, Cyberpunk 2077. Since you guys have been talking about that recently.
Oh, nice.
But,
Good game.
but even then, it's just kind of a game that I've just kind of been listening to you guys talk about, like even when it came out. But getting it for the PS4 obviously was not going to be an option at the time it came out, so I just kind of waited. And now I've got a PS5, so now if I'm going to do it now, I can. It's an option now.
It's great. It's awesome. I don't know. We've talked so much about it, but
I
it's
like
like
it,
if
yeah.
you have not played, if that's
I
on
wanna
your
play
list
more.
and you have not played it, you need to play this game. I think it's great. I think it's.
And so there was what was it that you both you and Jared so you technically beat it again because it showed up in the beat list. Was there like some sort of
It's the
DLC.
DLC, I think.
yeah, DLC? Thank you.
Yeah, Phantom Liberty. So I beat it again
Okay.
because of Phantom Liberty. I hope Jared, if it goes on sale, he checks it out at some point because it's totally worth it. I think like right now you can get a bundle of it together, Nick. It's probably full price. Maybe you can get it like a few bucks off, but you wouldn't even. I think you wouldn't even notice. It would just be implemented into the game, and it would just be another quest, and then it just adds another ending. So like it won't even come across as like really as like DLC. It would just be this other storyline in the
it
game.
just kind of incorporates
yeah.
it and just okay.
But but the whole game is just the new update, just the regular update that was free to the game, just really reconfigures it and makes it a tighter game. So yeah, I 100% recommend Cyberpunk.
Okay.
Cool.
Nice.
Alrighty.
All right, my number 2 is a more interesting one. I never got into Fallout 3, so I put that away. I got into Fallout 4. I'm a big fan of Obsidian games. So, should I play Fallout New Vegas?
Oh, hell yeah.
No.
That's
I
rhetor-
thought- I
that's a
just kind of
rhetorical
always-
question.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Also,
I mean, I have it. If you want to borrow it,
I have
to
it.
get
I
into
have
a
it.
fight or something, Nick?
I already
You're
have it.
cracking
Huh?
yourself into business. You look like you're about to throw down because you're like cracking your hands and your neck and
Well,
Big old
I mean, I
hat
figured this might be in my wheelhouse, but
Okay. That's fair.
well, so you want to do vanilla or do you want to do mods?
started
What
on
are
my
what are we
PC.
looking for your new Vegas experience here?
Like all my Bethesda experiences, I'll play it until the game bores me,
Heavily
and once it
modded.
bores me, then we go heavily modded.
Okay.
But Obsidian, I'm a big fan of Obsidian's games, and I would like to think that the story is more interesting than I don't know, more interesting.
I
Than,
think you'll get bored of the gameplay, but the stories you'll really like.
okay.
So, you said you didn't play? You tried Fallout 3?
Yeah,
And,
Jared and I tried Fallout
and
3
just-
numerous times.
Multiple
'Cause
times.
it's-
I couldn't get past like 45 minutes. Maybe I think I made
That's
it to an
happened to
hour and a
me.
half in one of
Damn.
my save
I
files.
mean, the
so I was just
controls
like,
are. I mean, the
Are they very
controls are
similar?
basically the same.
It's just
They're
so
basically the
blah.
same. I mean, you'll be trading colors. Like you'll be trading green for kind
Yeah.
of brown.
Yay!
But
You'll
Right.
trading drab for
But then
rust.
why is
Yeah.
Fallout New Vegas considered the superior game to Fallout 3? or like
I think
in certain circles.
it's a better RPG. It's a more truer RPG.
Okay, that's what I'm
plus,
looking for then.
and yeah, not to mention, from a lore aspect, it kind of retains or it sticks more to the originals of Fallout 1 and 2, in terms of like a lot of lore, and there's a lot of Easter eggs in there too, and plus you get to see Matthew Perry talk one more time, and maybe that just kind of fills a hole in your heart, but no, it's yeah, just kind of the story itself is just kind of a lot more fun to deal with. As John was
When
saying,
you play it, Ian, you got to do the wacky wild.
Wacky
yeah,
West,
the Wild Wasteland perk.
Yeah.
Just because there's
what
I
is
mean,
that and why?
it kind of it
makes the game more quirky. It doesn't totally take away from the game. It's just certain points in the game you'll hear like a ooh, ooh, like a sci-fi noise, and it means something weird is happening in the background
it just
nearby you.
adds certain elements into the game
That's
that
funny.
otherwise wouldn't have been there if you were just
Like as a
playing
randomizer
regularly.
thing or something?
It's not random. It's scripted.
No, they're all scripted. They're all placed. I mean, you can look it up and
But
find
you
out
wouldn't
where
get it
everything
unless
is.
you had that perk.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, it wouldn't show up unless you pick that perk. And the idea behind it is it kind of brings back some of the more kind of the quirky storytelling / Easter eggs and stuff that were available in the first Fallout and Fallout 2, just to kind of show how we're trying to show like this dark, abysmal time, but also we have a dark sense of humor too. So I mean, like just to spoil it a little bit for you, I mean, one of the first ones you may find is like you leave Good Springs, which is where you start out. You'll find a refrigerator, and you'll see a skeleton with like a very familiar looking hat, and it's kind of a callback to a certain Indiana Jones movie that came out in 2008.
Wow, that's crazy that is that old.
Well, yeah.
Both those,
what, the movie or the?
Well, both of, yeah, the game and then that movie. Like I remember that feels like yesterday.
Yeah.
For some reason.
No, I thought that movie came out after the game was
Yeah,
out.
right.
Nope.
Yeah, the game has like 31,000 mods plus.
Jeez.
Yeah, so yeah, you go to Nexus mods, and I mean, even just like even simple mods of just finding a mod just to like add more population.
Well, here, I mean, if the combat or the gameplay becomes boring, then I'll just like find an OP weapon, install it.
It will.
And then
It will.
and then I'll just annihilate and just run through the game and just experience the story.
You can, and even just like there's
just
some
big
very
giant
fun
tits, man, just like giant fucking tits.
You can do that, but I mean, there's also fun, simple mods that like a mod that I've run on it is like Pure Dark, where it's like once the sun sets, it gets really dark. Yeah. It's like you can't see shit.
It's like realistic lighting for Skyrim. You're like you walk into a cave and it's just fucking. I know you're. Cool. All right.
I mean, mods or no mods, console commands or whatever. It's.
How many times have you guys played it?
It's just.
I think 3 or 4 times.
Oh shit!
I've played through it twice, but
how long is it?
It's meaty. It has a lot of side content, and then the DLC is pretty good, big package. So it's I mean, I've probably sunk 40
Old
plus
World
hours
Blues
into it.
is an award-winning DLC, so you've got that working for you too.
I believe I have it on both Steam and Epic. So
probably it's probably free to play somewhere at this point. But
I think you'll dig the characters. Right. It's definitely more memorable than other Fallout games.
I mean, the one criticism I have in terms of like story lore or whatever with Fallout 3 is it just kind of seems like greatest hits of Fallout 1 and 2 that they just kind of shoved together, where at least with Fallout 3, it seems they kind of started different, where it wasn't somebody coming out of a vault, it's already somebody who is already immersed in the world, and just, yeah, it's just you're starting from a different point.
All right.
So story-wise, it's kind of fun and different. Controls, I mean, if you didn't like the Fallout 3 controls, I mean, that may be an uphill battle for you.
I don't know what it was about Fallout 3. It didn't grab me.
Yeah, I mean,
It's very blah.
I mean, it probably helps if you were a fan of Fallout 1 and 2. I mean, I wasn't. I mean, Fallout 3 instantly grabbed me when I first started playing it, so maybe that's just why New Vegas was such a natural transition for me. But, I mean, maybe if you, maybe keep Skyrim in the back of your mind, and maybe,
I mean, maybe I should go back to Fallout 3. Maybe I should just push through it.
I mean, it's not going to help you with New Vegas, I don't think, but
I don't know. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Aaron, what's
They're
your?
kind of two
go ahead.
different animals. But
Yeah, I'm
no,
sure they
sorry, I was just closing thought.
Aaron, what's your number? Who's your second contender?
All right, my second contender is one I've heard from everybody between you guys and my coworkers. I want to say The Witcher 3.
Oh, nice.
That game eluded me like a wild animal in the woods. Just as soon as I see it, I go.
So Witcher
It took
3,
me a couple of tries, but I ended up really liking the story.
I loved Witcher 3. I will say this.
Another meaty behemoth?
Well, yes, but Assassin's Creed Odyssey, what it is, owes everything to Witcher 3. I mean, Witcher 3's massive open world RPG element of what it is. Because, like, if you play Witcher 2, it's not like... It's kind of a 3D... It's kind of like Dragon Age, where it's not really open world. And Witcher 3 is this open world game that did a lot, and then... That's basically what Ubisoft said, we need to make a game like this. And so I would say play Witcher 3 before Odyssey, but
okay.
I would say it's a superior game.
Yeah, just the quests are better. Okay. I don't know if it's as beautiful in my opinion. I think Odyssey's a better looking game overall. But I think I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I would even say, I mean, I would prefer to, even though Witcher 3 is like better, I would rather play Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but.
Damn, really?
Oh, fuck yeah. It's more fun. Like the combat.
I'm the opposite.
Witcher 3's combat
is not. Day, baby.
Witcher 3's combat is not fun.
Oh, I like the combat in Witcher 3.
No, it's pretty, I think it's boring. It's just like a lot of, I don't know.
Don't you get to fuck on a horse at some point, though?
Oh, kind of.
If you choose to.
Yeah. I mean, it's a stuffed horse.
I mean, if you want some basic
unicorn?
feed, that's fine. Yeah, it's a unicorn.
Yeah.
There's more sex in Witcher 3.
Oh, I think technically there's more sex in...
You think so?
Well, you can have sex more often, but it's not as graphic in Odyssey compared to The Witcher. I mean, unless you just want to go around to the whorehouses in Witcher 3, then you probably could have sex more often in The Witcher 3 than Odyssey.
I don't know.
Not that I ever did that.
I have sex all
only
the time.
For research.
I have sex
only
all the
for
time in
research
video
purposes.
Games. If they're gonna give me sex, I'm gonna fucking have sex all the time in video
but
games.
I bought the upgrade. They did a upgrade Witcher 3, Aaron, and and they had it on sale for $25. So if you were to get it, I would say just get because if you get the original Witcher 3 game, it's gonna chug. But the new upgrade they did, it's 60 frames per second, and it's smooth.
All right. Well, I mean, I do have a PS5, so it's good to have the smoother one versus the chug-a-lug. So, like that. There we go.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. There you go. Good choice. John, what you got? What's next?
I picked this is gonna be another Nintendo game from the N64, Shadow Man. I never played Shadow Man when it came out on N64. And what's appealing about this one, because I looked up Eternal Darkness and you can only get it for the GameCube. Apparently Night Dive, who did do the remaster for Shadow Man, approached Nintendo about doing Eternal Darkness and they said no for whatever reason. So currently you can only get Eternal Darkness on the GameCube. Apparently, it's not even on the Switch, which is kind of crazy. But Shadow Man has been redone by Night Dive. You pretty much play this voodoo warrior, and it kind of takes place in a swamp. And I saw a video on the remaster that Night Dive did, and it piqued my interest just because it looked really different, especially for an N64 game. And it's one of the few rated M Nintendo games that came out during that time, and it was originally released in 1999.
Interesting. I've not heard of it from memory, anyways. I don't recall what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking it up. Yeah, it was apparently also rebooted for the PS4 and Xbox One and the Switch.
Yeah, that's the one Night Dive did.
Yep.
That they released a few years ago.
Mm-hmm. And it was
Are you
released
trying
in
to stay away from
'99.
that version, or?
No, that's I actually looked it up. You can get it for $20 on the PlayStation, so I may just shell out the cash for it to try it out because I just think the setting is pretty unique. I think the character is pretty unique. So it's just it looks like it's an interesting world to be in.
Right.
And it's just I just remember when it was a game that was advertised in like different comic books that I was reading when it came out. So that also kind of interests me as well.
Shadow Man, huh? Like, what is
Yeah.
this game? I've never even heard of this. Like, you're picking the most.
I know. It seems like I picked the most
Archival
random games. Like
Going
no one's ever
for
heard
some
of.
deep dives, huh?
I want to pick the games that no one can talk about.
Yeah, I'm 2 for 2 over here.
Shadow Man. All right.
So
I mean, I can only
voodoo
say
stuff?
sure.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
your character has a voodoo mask implanted in his chest, and like the mask, I believe, talks to you. And then there's like an
Shadow
earthworm
Man.
that wears like a hat. That's like your
Is his name
partner in the
Jim?
underworld.
yeah, I was gonna say, is his name Jim by chance? But maybe
Yeah.
not.
Interesting. It seems
Oh,
weird, pretty weird.
I've
so,
seen
yeah,
this game.
Huh. Maybe. Yeah, I should look.
You can
that
get it on
up as
PlayStation
well.
4. You probably get it on PSN.
Yeah, I was
Switch.
telling the crew that Night Dive did a remaster of it.
Yep.
But do you want the remaster or do you want the original?
No, I want the remaster. I don't need that. I don't need the N64 Chug-a-Lug version.
It's based
Oh,
on
I
the
remember
comic
the
book
box art.
by Valiant
But
Comics.
what if you get that 4 megabit
You should read the comic
that you can
first,
throw in the-
John.
front of your N64?
What was that, Nick?
The little. I can't even think of it. But
Oh, I do have that. You know what?
You know
It
what I'm
probably
talking
would
about?
cost.
The little chip that you buy
Yeah.
that you throw in. And
Yeah,
little-
if I bought
gives
the
your
N64
console-
version, it would probably cost just as much as or more, probably more than the remaster Night Dive did on my PlayStation. So I'd rather do that.
Dude, there's a sequel for PS2.
Ah.
Oh.
Oh
The only Shadow Man I know is the villain in Princess and the Frog from Disney.
Okay. Oh, that with Keith David. Keith David
Yeah,
did that. Oh,
man.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Another
The only
game
Shadow
starring
Man I know is the
Jack
guy I tried to deliver
Bonaface.
wine to
Shadow
last week
Man
who wouldn't answer
Dark
his
Legacy.
fucking door.
Shadow Man Dark Legacy was recently announced. But when was that?
Huh.
That can't be true. Oh, it's sometimes considered a 3D Metroidvania.
Interesting.
Uh-oh. I mean, that may be an issue.
Oh man, I might have to try that. You know, that's my shit.
Go here,
taking my
get this
games.
thing, come back to this thing, go over here. Oh, we got to go back over there now because we can open this door.
Yeah. Come on, I've been playing Symphony of the Night tonight, so I'm all about that.
All right. Shadow Man. Eternal Darkness, Shadow Man. I see a theme.
Cool.
All
bro.
Nintendo games.
My last one isn't a Nintendo game.
Oh, thank God.
Whoa.
Jared, what's your
It's
last?
for the Commodore Amiga, you know?
Yeah, right. Jared, what's your last pick, Jared?
My last pick, I've heard nothing but good about Hades.
All right.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it seems right in my wheelhouse, and I don't know why I haven't played it yet. Just I haven't. I love this rogue style game, and it
It's
sounds
pretty
like it has a
hard.
really awesome story, really cool art, battle system. It looks really awesome, and I don't know why I've just never dove into it. Like,
I have actually played this one, and I think it's actually really good. It's not my type of game, but I played it for like an hour or two. Sometimes you have really shit runs, and then sometimes you have really good runs.
Yeah, like most of those.
But the acting is the voice acting is really well done, and it looks really cool. And I totally see why people really dug it, and I think you would really dig it. It's isometric,
and it's funny because it's one of those games where I haven't even watched like Twitch streams of it or anything like that because I don't want it spoiled for me. And it's been out for 3 or 4 years or some shit like that. It's been out a while, and I just still have not touched it, and it sounds like it's amazing.
I think that's on Game Pass, isn't it? I think that's where I played it.
No, I checked it in recent weeks, and it was not.
I thought
Maybe once upon a time.
Must have been a while ago.
I think it was on Game Pass because I remember playing it for free when I was still, or I didn't play it for free, but I remember it being advertised on Game Pass when I was still playing my Xbox.
I think that's where I played it.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
because I think
hope it goes
once
on there
they release, they
someday.
put it on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But
man,
it's a cool game.
Okay.
Well, yeah, because it sounds like it has a ton of story. Like every time you die, there's like new comments, and they're talking to you about what happened and things like that. It's like really dynamic story.
It's interesting nowadays. Like now that we're adults and we can play whatever we want and buy whatever we want. But if I was a kid and that was the game I got stuck with, I'd be totally happy with that. Like, all right, I'm just gonna. But knowing that I don't need to put the time in to play that game, I move on, because it's not really my style of game. So, but you grow up, back when you're a kid, you buy a Nintendo game, you take it home, and you're like just stuck with it. Like if it's good or bad, you're just kind of stuck with it. So you're gonna play it or you're not gonna play it.
Play the heck out of it.
And
Right.
Hades for me kind of falls in the middle, where like it's not a bad game. It's not, and if I was stuck with it, I would just play that because it's
just
totally
not in your wheelhouse. Yeah.
right. But it's the combat's really tight. Certain runs when you're powered up, you're like super powerful, and then other times, certain runs you're just like, oh fuck this, I just need to die and move and go back to the beginning, type of thing. But anyway,
yeah, but it probably just falls into that classification of like, I have so many games and really don't need to buy any new games. And it's been like that for like 3 years, 4 years, maybe even longer.
But that was a game of the year contender. I mean, that game was pretty fucking popular.
Yeah, people are, I still hear people mention it from time to time, and just
who's that by? Is that by the Bastion people? Those guys? Is that who that's by?
I don't think so. I don't think it was from those guys. I'll look who developed it.
I thought it was the Bastion Transistor.
That'd be that. I mean, it would make sense, but I don't know.
I thought that's what it was.
Let's see, Super Giant.
Isn't that them?
Yeah, it was. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, because I played Bastion, loved it. Transistor was fine. I didn't play Higher.
I never. But I see that. That's like on sale right now for like $4.99, and I hear it's a great game. I've just never played it.
Yeah,
just pick it up.
It's elements
it's kind
of
a
sports games. Usually, anything with the word sports in it kind of pulls me off.
Right.
Of it, so I didn't try it Higher.
Quentin, back when Quentin was on the show,
stuff
he really was like a big proponent of that game. He really liked it.
Okay.
But
yeah, all right. So that makes me want to play Hades even more. I didn't realize it.
And Jared, the sequel's coming. So if you
that's right. Hades 2 was announced.
Hades 2 is coming. So
shit. Oh, actually, it was announced just this week that Hades was coming to Netflix games.
Oh shit.
Well, there you go.
Next year,
What?
yeah. So yeah,
Oh, wow.
Netflix is gonna have Hades on their. You'll be able to play it on phones, which it might force me into getting like a Backbone or something.
Backbone, baby.
Android.
Force you.
I mean it's
Put a
getting
gun
games
to
that I
my
don't want
head.
to play with touch. Like
I might reinstall
Oxenfree
it.
2.
I might
don't
put
wanna
it.
play
I might
with
try it
touch.
again. That's a good mobile
Yeah.
game to play. Kind of pick up,
Yeah.
do a run, put it down.
Totally.
That's-
Yeah. If Netflix is going to keep doing stuff like that, I have to get a backbone.
Yeah, I think so, dude. It's a great thing, I think. Anyway, cool. Nick, what's your last pick?
So this is a game that's, I don't want to say it's eluded me because I probably purchased it a couple times. It's also been remade. But it's been going on for almost 24 years now, 23 and a half years. I need to just kind of just get into it already. I've been meaning to do it. Hi. I don't know. Who was that?
That's me. Sorry, my message went
Oh,
off.
okay.
I didn't message. Sorry.
Go ahead, Nick.
Anyway, well,
Anyway,
whoever they are, I'd like to talk to them.
it's the missus.
Oh, well, tell her I said hi.
We'll do.
Sorry. Anyway, Final
Mhm.
Fantasy VII. I mean, I already have the remake. And I initially bought the PC version back in the year 2000.
What?
I tried
Wow.
playing it, but it was kind of a project. I mean, I had just built my first PC build. It was Celeron based. So it didn't run very well, and my friend Jake Stahl, who doesn't really
Mhm.
post on
Doesn't really or
Discord.
doesn't?
Doesn't at all.
No. I mean, he did.
Why don't you
he
just
did the one
dox him,
time.
giving out his name like that, Nick?
Whatever.
Let's get the address
Um,
and have people send him
um,
Rotten
Yeah,
Tomatoes.
Yeah, he's in
Post
Stahel
on
and
Discord,
stuff.
asshole.
Yeah, but anyway, well, no, he was. I mean, we were trying to get it working, and it wasn't rendering the video through the video card. I think I probably told. The
I say
story
don't worry
before,
about
but
the Final Fantasy Basic 7. I say just play the remake.
play the remake.
Most
yeah, the remake's pretty
PlayStation 1
sweet.
games are really hard to play just looking at them. So
Yeah, they give
maybe just do
headaches.
the remake.
Well, I know.
I never
but
played
I mean,
I never
guess,
played the original, and I
I
started
love the
playing.
original.
I started playing the remake, and I'm really into the remake. Unfortunately, I let my PS Plus lapse, but I might re-up it soon because I can play for Horizon. But then I can go back to my Final Fantasy VII remake.
But I was only telling that just to kind of like I guess kind of build the story of the fact that this has kind of been kind of a long time.
You've been
thing.
working on
It's
it.
like well, yeah, I mean it's always just kind of been like a back burner sort of deal.
Well, play it with better graphics. Play it with the good
yeah, okay.
graphics. Play it with the cool, the cool new.
Or build a whole new computer to
Oh.
play the original.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do it.
Yeah, there's a headache I need.
Wait, don't you have a
But,
PS3?
I mean,
You have a PS3, don't you? No.
I do.
You just play the disc version of Final Fantasy 1 or Final Fantasy 7, the disc version in your PS3.
Well, the
So
thing
this
is
battle
like
PlayStation.
the first version of Final Fantasy VII that I bought was for the PC,
I
not for
see.
the PS1.
You never bought the. I see.
Right.
PC currently should still play it. I mean, you said it
Mhm.
works. To some degree.
Well, I mean, I don't even know where the PC discs are. I mean, they could
Oh,
be-
you have the discs.
Holy
Okay.
shit!
Yeah,
Yeah,
they-
just play the
they were-
remake.
man.
Just
they were
play
on-
the remake,
they were on
dude.
disc.
Just play the
Okay.
remake.
do the
Yeah,
remake.
screw it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
whatever.
So the reason
it's
I know-
it's only like a
but-
very tiny chunk of it.
I also know that they
But,
gave. I mean, they gave remake away for free, I believe, right on PSN. But like,
On PlayStation.
I
Well,
started
I mean,
playing. I started playing remake Integrad, so it's the PS5 version. So like, that's why I'm not currently playing it because I don't want to go back and restart Final Fantasy remake. So like, anyway, I say play the new one. It looks cool. It looks sick.
I have it. I have it on disc for the PS4.
I can only
I
assume
just-
how monotonous
haven't.
the game is playing that old version. Like I played the new version, and I'm like, well, this is kind of cool, but this is kind of just the combat is so kind of lame and boring. And it's like if you had to do this all the time, I'd be like, fucking shoot me. So like I would say play the new one.
The remake is so good. I love
It's
it
really
so
good.
much.
It fleshes
Okay.
out the
I mean,
characters
it's-
better, and the translation of ideas works out a little better too.
Tifa's
Are
hot.
there
Tifa's hot.
Are there any
Yeah,
spoony
she
bards in it
is.
by chance?
No, there's no spoony bards. Those stayed in Final Fantasy IV.
Darn.
I don't even know.
Oh,
I don't know what
Final
a spoony
Fantasy
bard is.
16 references the spoony bard. He's actually one of the characters that's playing music. It's funny.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
Does anybody other than Nick understand that reference?
I don't know what a spoony bard is.
Okay.
Was it 4 or 5?
4.
4. They said.
Yeah, it's like what Tella was shouting, "You spoony bard!" at one of the bard.
What does that mean?
It was mistranslated probably.
Oh,
It doesn't mean anything.
Right.
It's just dumb and awesome at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah. Early translations are the best.
Right.
All right. Well, my last
What is
game I'm putting out to the group is
It's been in his collection for 15 years.
Fable 2, baby.
Oh, I love Fable 2. Oh yeah, absolutely.
One of my friends play that obsessively, and I enjoyed watching.
What is
him
that
play
box? And why is it so weird? It's like
Like
the
it's
art
a-
it's a
sideways.
limited collector's edition.
Okay.
I bought this for Bryn because she wanted to play it. So
good,
like when
man.
John gave me his Xbox, it's like, oh, I got an Xbox. I was like, oh, Bryn. I was like, She's like, I want to play Fable 2. I was like, okay. So I bought her Fable 2, and I watched her play it, and it's like,
And 10 years later, here we are.
Yeah, man, just seriously,
it's considered
fucking
like
play it. It's so good.
like a one of those great games.
Legendary
That's like,
game.
Legendary games. It's just like,
Yeah, man.
and I
loved
like
it.
RPGs like that.
It's a shame Lionsgate got shut down. Isn't that
Didn't they
Lionsgate?
have Fable 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lion's Head
Yeah.
or something like that.
Lion's Head. Well, something like that. Lions, whatever. Lion's butt.
Yeah.
That
That
something.
game I liked the beginning, and then I just felt like it ran out of steam. Like the beginning, how they set up the world is really cool, and then the first kind of tutorial mission where you go to this island, it's just kind of boring after a while. You're like, okay.
Well,
and then
establishing your character. Yeah, the beginning of a lot
So the
of games is
beginning
Yeah.
and the
boring.
tutorial, which the tutorial is the beginning. So in the beginning, it's cool and bad
well,
at
the
the same time.
beginning is like you start in a city, and that's kind of very cinematic, and especially with the holidays coming up because you're in the city and it's snowing, it's very atmospheric. So that part's cool. But after that, the tutorial mission, in my opinion, is boring, and then the game kind of I just felt like the game lost a lot of steam. Like the more the game went on, it just seemed like the more they lost interest in it, and it maybe because they ran out of time to develop it, or maybe because Peter Molyneux is a possible scammer. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't remember feeling that way about the game or the story. Or anything
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
just my
I remember
opinion.
spending a ton of time with that one, and then when I moved to Fable 3, that's when I was
That-
kind of disappointed because it just progressed so quickly in a weird way that it just kind of ends, and you're like, huh? Where did Fable go?
All right.
But Fable 2, I remember just kind of dicking around in it, doing stupid shit and having fun. I mean, it was one of those games like you can eat, and depending on what food you eat, you become, fat or slender or really strong or, that kind of stuff. It's just dumb little things. And
Stolen from
you
Grand
can,
Theft Auto San Andreas.
perform in front of people doing things. You can fart in front of people, embarrass yourself, stupid things like that. Pose like a statue, and there's dumb little mini games here and there, but I don't know. There's
Farting?
just a
I'm
lot
in.
of dumb fun stuff. Yeah. Yeah. There's farting in the game, Ian. You can do that.
Yes.
You can
Yeah.
go to work. You can work a job.
Oh,
Thank
fun.
God. Oh, cool. Awesome. I'm excited.
Yay, my life's goal in a game to work.
Yeah.
So if I don't do enough
Hey,
of that,
it's
it
different
is.
work.
I just,
It's
I
not the work
I've
you
had.
do.
It's one of the few games that in my collection I've never touched, and I'd be like, oh, and this is like a classic game. I was like, maybe I should give it a shot.
Yeah. I
John
don't know.
says
Like
no.
I'm
John
curious.
says-
Like if I played it now, if I downloaded it on Game Pass and just started jamming through it, like if I'd still like it, or if I'd feel completely different about it.
Alright.
This late in the game.
And the game has weird performance issues as well. Like There's like some frame rate. I just remember
Sweet.
frame rate stuttering issues.
I don't. That
and
shit
it
doesn't
just
bother me.
seemed-
That shit doesn't bother me. It's not like a first-person shooter or a fighting game,
Yeah.
so it's not really gonna bug me.
Yeah, not all games need to be 60 frames a second. The
Uh,
battle system's pretty basic. It's like a 3-button battle system. Magic, attack,
Shoot.
and
Oh, I
and
love
shoot.
it. Basic is better.
Very basic, and it's great.
You'll like Reaver.
It works really
if you
well.
play the game up to the point of Reaver, you'll like Reaver as a character.
Okay, cool. Aaron, what's your last contender?
All right, this one I didn't think too hard about this one. I'm kind of like I don't know if I should do it, but it's like fuck it, I'm gonna do it anyway. The Silent Hill games, probably Silent Hill 2.
I almost added that one on my list. I played the first one, but not the second.
Isn't that like the classic?
Yeah.
Silent Hill 2 is like the one, right? That's like the.
Yeah.
It's like the penultimate one, I think. But it's like
Yusef is
I-
playing
I-
that on stream right now, or not right now, but that's his game he's playing. One of them.
right. Yeah,
Isn't
no,
there a
I
remake of Silent Hill 2 coming or
think
something?
it's Silent Hill. Oh yeah, okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
No, I played. And it's funny because like I've played. I never really avoided most horror games out there, but like I figured I've played Dead Space. I could take on probably Silent Hill.
Different kind of horror. It is.
Right.
Is
It's
Silent
more
Hill 2
psychological than like haunting.
Does Silent Hill 2
Kind of weird
introduce Pyramid Head, or is he in the first one?
I think he's in the
Oh,
first
he's
one.
in the first one.
I don't know. I don't know anything about these games, guys. I'm just
Yeah,
asking
because I
questions.
remember like in Silent Hill, you like go into a building or something like that, and like things just start doing weird shit. Like the building, I don't know, like
Well,
the textures start changing and things start flowing weird. I don't know.
right.
Yeah, I think that was like when Pyramid Head was about to come around or some weird. I don't know. It's been so long because I haven't played Silent Hill since PS1, so yeah,
Right.
it's really rusty in my brain.
Right. Well,
But yeah,
it's
weird
like,
shit happens.
Well, I just remember because like I never thought I'd even touch horror games as much because I kind of played the um, Resident Evil game. I'm like, no. And then I heard that Silent Hill is like super scary, and it's like, fuck this. But then I played Dead Space, and I know they're different scaries, but I feel like Dead Space could be a little scarier than Silent Hill. I mean, yes, psychological aspect, but when you play a game where you're one lone human being on a massive, massive ship by yourself with a bunch of creepies floating around that come at you at any point in time.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that Ishimura.
Also, I feel like graphics play a big part in that because like Silent
True.
Hill 2 is like what, PlayStation 1?
PlayStation
But
1,
yeah, I think
PlayStation.
pretty sure Silent Hill 2 was on PS1.
I mean, it's that generation, right? It's that. I mean, like
yeah.
Dead Space is
Mhm.
like PS3, Xbox
PS3s.
360. So like at least the graphics make it scary. Like I just feel like it's.
Oh, it was PS2.
Oh, it is PS2.
Oh,
Yeah.
But even still, it's
Okay.
like I don't know. Is
Well,
that shit
I
really that
2001.
scary on that kind of stuff? I don't know.
well, I think it's kind of like movies back then versus movies today, where it's like, for example, like, I mean, Event Horizon, that came out in the 90s, that's considered one of the greatest horror movies of all time. But then there's like newer horror movies that are like, what is this garbage? Oh, it's scary, like Five Nights at Freddy's or whatever.
Event
It's supposed to be
Horizon's just a
super
cool movie, though. I think that's
yeah,
why
but that
it's-
movie,
it is creepy, kind of. But
yes,
Yeah.
it's a cool movie, though. I think that's what makes
Yes.
makes it stand out.
right. But like I said, it's like because like people still herald it as one of the greatest movies of its type because it introduced a lot of like horror aspects that are used today in some newer horror movies. But the newer horror movies are like, what? This isn't scary. This is kind of just gross. Like,
That's one of the few
Like,
horror
I'm-
movies I've seen.
I would like to confirm that Pyramid Head did come in Silent Hill 2.
Yes.
oh,
Fuck you guys.
but if they're actually coming out with a remake eventually of that game, I would consider trying it out. I mean, I feel like I've played and I think I've matured enough to where I can be like, all right, this isn't gonna be so scary. Just go in here, do this. Because I've also played Hellblade. That game can be that scary, just very trippy, just because.
Oh, I can't wait for the sequel.
Oh,
I really don't care for the
I
sequel. Like, I could give two shits at this point.
I'm excited.
I just like the fact that in the
I can't believe that game's not
Hellboy-
out yet. Like, what are they doing? Anyway, sorry, Aaron.
It's okay,
Yeah.
no worries. No, I just like
Silent
the
Hill.
fact that Silent Hill.
Silent Hill 2.
Done.
JPK, last one. What is it?
Resistance 3.
Oh, I loved it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I played the
Resistance
trailer.
3
That
was
was
great. Yeah.
game.
I
Resistance
felt
3
like it was way different than 1 or 2.
That's
Very,
because
very
it's
different.
compelling versus the main character.
Yeah, the
that you play
story
with.
was a lot more interesting, I thought.
I
Get
feel
around
like
to that.
Resistance 1 is the best of the series shooting wise, like kind of like
Multiplayer.
just kind of like
agree.
how
We played a
everything
lot of
is
multiplayer.
coming and it's like kind of crazy and
But it's manageable too. So it's like,
I didn't really care for 2.
Mhm.
It's I don't know. But 3
I think
has
Really
a
just
3 is
solid
like when set pieces were big. Like
Solid-
you have like a big set piece.
solid story. I wouldn't say it's
They
They
better.
had big
I don't know.
monsters too.
I
Yeah.
forgot about that
creatures.
game. I think I'm about to change my Silent Hill to Resistance 3.
Well,
no, Silent Hill
it's
2 would be
it's a
awesome.
good. It's a good game. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's like a great game. Everything.
No, the story appeals to me because aren't they like? It's pretty much like they're going. It's almost like a Saving Private Ryan kind of story where they're going
Kinda.
from one location to the
Yeah.
other, and they have to traverse through all this.
But everything I think about
warfare.
as far as Resistance still is the first game.
That is-
Like I still have a fondness for this game, just like kind of how
I agree.
like the battles. Like there was just a lot. There's that one battle where you're coming down to that dilapidated city, and there's just like a shit ton of shit going on, and you're like just in this war, and it's just like you never really come back to that in any of these two games. But this one has some cool set pieces, like Jared said.
Mhm.
The story's pretty compelling. It's probably the most compelling that any of these two story-wise are. Like this one has the most kind of dialogue, I feel like, and stuff going on. And I think that's kind of probably has to do with like Uncharted and stuff because like Sony started like making these like kind of more story-driven
stories.
games.
Which is smart on their end.
I say it's a really good game. I wouldn't say it's the greatest game, but it's fun. I enjoyed it.
It's I definitely try it out.
Did you guys, Jared? You played it?
Probably just me. Yeah.
I wanted to, but I forgot about that game until literally John just said something. I'm like, oh yeah, that game.
It's kind of like Killzone 3. Like Killzone 3 is a solid game. Actually,
Yeah,
I
I
think
did some cool stuff with multiplayer.
I would say Resistance
but-
3 is probably a better story game than Killzone 3 is, but they're about similar first-person shooter game, solo campaign games, I guess. I don't know.
Are there
Yeah,
stealth
I am-
mechanics in it,
Oh my god.
or is it
I
totally
don't
just
recall
outright
that.
shooter?
Maybe like one of the story missions or something. You're trying to sneak around, but
You might be
it's
sneaking
not, like,
around or you
based on
snipes and
stealth or
stuff.
anything. It's been a while.
It is a lot more corridory and less open, I guess. I
Pretty
think
tight, yeah.
the first Resistance had like these big open area shootouts, whereas this one's a little more corridory. But it's a good game. I've played the whole trilogy. It's fun. I hope I would really like it to see Insomniac bring that franchise back, kind of re-envision that franchise. I think that'd be fucking killer.
That'd be a
I don't
great
think they're-
idea.
I just when I was looking up the game, the game director said they're not going to be making any more Resistance games.
No, I know. It's one of those like pipe dreams. Like it would be super fucking cool if they did it. Because I think there's a lot of people that would like to see Sony make a first-person shooter that's not Destiny.
Yes. Yes.
Cool. All right. One last thing I would like to do is like quickly. So like Jared, name your 3 games.
Alan Wake, Star Ocean, any one of the series, and Hades.
Which one you guys? Which of the games? What do you guys vote that we should make? He should play the most.
Well, I'm already downloading Alan Wake. Come on, and
Well, we have to we have to vote.
I would say Hades. That sounds more like
Star
a
Ocean.
game.
It is. No.
yeah. I want to play all of them.
What about
but,
Alan Wake
yeah.
for him?
Yeah. I don't know. Alan Wake, sure. There you go.
Go with it. He already has it, so.
Unless Nick picks Hades, then you have to play them both, Jared. You gonna pick Nick?
I'll pick Alan Wake.
There he goes.
Okay.
What were your 3 games, Nick?
I had Monster Hunter World,
Cyberpunk.
and Final Fantasy VII.
Monster Hunter.
Possible remakes.
Yeah. I want to play
got
Monster Hunter with you.
Monster Hunter World.
I
I want to play Monster Hunter World. I need a reason to
think
get
it,
back into Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
It's a rough. I will say it's a rough start, but I definitely go with Monster Hunter World. It's rough, but it's not. It doesn't take forever to pick up. It's kind of just like first 15, 20 minutes, like what the fuck is this? And then
You're not going to
good.
lose with either 3 of those titles, but Monster Hunter is my most.
Oh yeah, those are all 3
anticipated for
great
you.
games, dude.
yes,
All right, mine are Horizon
Wait,
Forbidden.
what did John have to say?
Oh, John,
about it?
John, what do you want to pick?
I wasn't gonna pick Monster Hunter, so
He's gonna pick Cyberpunk
okay.
probably.
no, I was gonna pick the third one, Final
Oh,
Fantasy.
Final
Oh, Final Fantasy.
Oh.
All right, there you go.
all good
so
options,
great.
really.
Still a
to be
great game.
honest.
Mine is Horizon Forbidden West, Fallout New Vegas, or Fable 2.
I go
Fable
with
2.
Horizon.
Horizon, Fable.
Horizon.
Nick?
Yeah, I would
sounds
go
like
with
you're playing
Horizon.
New Vegas.
What did you say,
John?
Nick?
Oh,
What did
All
you
right,
say?
there's
Failed on
2
me.
for Horizon.
2 for
so-
Horizon, so I'm going
Go for it,
Horizon.
man.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Aaron, what
I
were
just
yours?
feel like Fallout New Vegas is kind of it's
It might be
50-50
lost
versus.
on him. Yeah.
I feel like Horizon, he's already invested in the series.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I've invested
Yes,
in
depends
Fallout 4.
on what system you want to play on, PC or PlayStation.
That was a good question.
All right,
Yeah.
Aaron, what were yours 3?
All right, so it's Assassin's Creed, Odyssey,
Witcher 3.
Witcher 3, and Silent
Hill
Hill
2.
2.
I go with Odyssey.
I think you'd probably play Odyssey more than any of those. Yeah, just by knowing what kind of games you like.
Odyssey,
Yeah.
baby! I love Odyssey.
Yeah.
Yes, I was
And
actually
Nick
kind of
goes with
hoping for
Silent
that
Hill
one.
2.
Yeah, I do, but just because.
I'll
No,
probably wait
that
to
would
remake
that would
if
have been
anything.
more. That's more. So that would be more of a Jake influence, Jake/Castell, because he always loved Silent Hill games. But
Oh, cool.
I never played him, but
All right,
he has
John.
an
Right.
influence on me.
John, what were your 3? 2 we don't know, and
Yeah, the one.
Eternal Darkness,
Shadow Man,
Shadow Man.
Let's all
and
say it
something else.
together: Resistance 3.
and Resistance 3.
Resistance 3.
No, we can.
Dude,
we
do
can,
Shadow Man. I'm
this-
curious about that.
I want to
Do
know about
Man.
Shadow Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably
Yeah.
buy it.
Let's
And
get
then-
Shadow
Curiosity
Man, baby.
piques.
I want to hear about
And
Shadow
there's
Man.
you said there's like a new Shadow Man announced or something?
Yeah,
like that?
they.
Shadow Man Dark
Get in it.
Legacy.
Yeah,
Shadow
get
Man.
in it.
I don't know. Well, yeah, get into the Shadow Man realm.
Yeah.
Get into it. Become it.
Get in the Shadow Realm, man.
Cosplay it.
I don't think
Yeah,
that would be a
shirtless
safe
dude.
choice
Yeah, let's
to
go.
cosplay Shadow Man.
Looks like Johnny
People
Cage,
may,
if you ask me.
Make some assumptions about me doing that.
Maybe.
Funny.
All right. Nick, where are we at on the beer? As we come down, are you done with the last one?
Yes, I am.
So where
Who won?
are we landing on these beers tonight?
I am gonna go with the double DBA.
What was
right, the
what
first one.
would the other one look like? The second bottle, I never.
The
really
other
saw.
one, it was an anniversary ale that was kind of flirting.
But the
on
label, what was the label look like?
Oh,
Okay.
Huh.
Gotcha.
So
Fine,
it just
okay.
looks like the other one. Okay.
26.
kind of, but it was from 2022. It's an anniversary ale. I guess celebrating another year.
And what did
from
it
their
taste
start
like,
in
and why is it not
1996.
as good?
So it wasn't quite, but it kind of felt like it was on the verge of being kind of like a very potent winter ale / stout, which, I mean, I know that's your favorite style, Ian, but I mean, both beers were fairly heavy and thick, but
Sounds awesome.
It's like
no,
Jared
they
shit.
were they were
Yeah.
both great, but it's just I mean, I'm sticking with the double DBA. That one just tasted better to me.
All right.
I mean, they're both great. Um, they're both great beers to drink if you're not driving anywhere.
Right.
What brand was this?
Firestone.
Firestone Walker. I mean, they're both
Firestone
Firestone
Walker.
Walker. I mean, they're fantastic brewery out of California, somewhere I think in
Okay.
wine country. Actually, I think they've been bought out.
What's their most famous beer that everybody would know?
Either Velvet Merlin.
805.
Oh, 805.
Oh,
I know 805.
that's right. Okay, I like
Yeah.
805.
We did
Yeah,
805 on the
okay.
show,
Yeah.
I think.
That's
Yep,
right.
We did. It was pretty
Yeah.
good.
Okay. Yeah.
But
I've never thought to check out the rest of their selection.
but they also have
Luponic Distortion.
yeah, they've got that Union Jack IPA.
Oh, the Union Jack. I know that one the most.
I've
No.
never had that, but their Double Jack IPA, when they had that, they discontinued that. That was a fantastic
Bastards.
double IPA. Yeah, motherfuckers. But
When a company gets rid of a good product.
Nick's feeling it,
I know.
guys. I don't know if you know this, but you can tell he's feeling it.
He's feeling it.
You can see it in his face. He's like, yeah.
Can't hide it.
So
He is also
that
very
was
drunk.
this. There was this edition of cleaning out my refrigerator. Are we gonna get another cleaning out my refrigerator next week? Edition of Beerstro?
I don't. So it's just going to depend because I've got some stouts and stuff that I bought last year, and I'm coming around on that time of year again where Goose Island's. So Black Friday, Goose Island's going to come out with their.
the Bourbon
their-
Barrel Stout.
Yes, thank you. I think Abyss comes out around this time of year.
Man,
So
this is the worst time of year for beer.
yeah, for you, this is your nightmare.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know.
It's this cold, wet dream.
I'm thinking about probably doing like last year versus this year. So
Oh, cool. All right.
so we'll see what I come up with next week. When what's available. I mean, if not, then maybe I'll just cobble something together. But if not, then
so be it.
So I have some trivia, Ian.
Well, I need to do couch co-optionals really quick. Let's do some couch co-optionals really quick. Everyone
You
go
gonna do
around
those?
quickly, fast. Aaron, go.
All right, I'm gonna go with Ozark on Netflix. I just started that yesterday.
Fucking
Such a
great
good
show, dude. Holy shit,
Dude.
man. Brendan and I watched
I've
that.
heard I should watch it. Yeah.
It's
Bateman
dark.
is
It's
so good.
Gritty. It's right now. It's dark. It's kind of depressing at times, but it's like fucking. I can't stop. I couldn't stop watching. I had to stop it because I didn't realize what time it was. I started like 10 o'clock and it was like midnight. I'm like, oh fuck! I should probably go to bed. I gotta get up in a couple hours.
Man,
for work.
that show goes places. Yeah, good times.
Fantastic show.
John, what about you?
I'm starting to read starting to listen to on Libby by Ernest Becker, The Denial of Death, which is it's an examination on death. But he does it from psychoanalyzing, from what I can pick up. So it's a lot of Freud and Jungian terminology.
Are you preoccupied with death, son?
I've been thinking more about it.
It gets
Just not
worse
thinking
as you
about
get older.
mom.
So I
It
just
gets
kind of
worse.
want to see. I'm just kind of curious what. I guess I'm just more curious about it. And there's like this song. There was like a band called Starfucker, and they used to play. In some of their songs, they'll have recordings of some British philosopher. I forgot what his name is, but he talks about if the more you get to know about death, the less you fear it. So that's something I kind of wanted to work more on. But the psychoanalyzing is kind of interesting, especially the Freud stuff, just because from my understanding, a lot of Freud stuff has kind of been debunked. But so it's not so much what Freud brought to psychology. It's more like he made it more mainstream, or made it more acceptable to talk about it, from my understanding. So the book's interesting. It's just like I have to kind of pay more attention to it, because when I listen to books on audio, I listen at 1.5 speed. So if they're talking about heady subjects, I have to kind of like.
Do you listen to
I
your
do a lot of-
podcast that way too?
No. Funny enough, I don't. It's only books I listen to 1.5 speed. because
I've heard
just
about
because I want to
this.
get through that.
I've heard about this garbage, like listening into it like faster. I was just like, and people listen to podcasts that way too. Anyway, all right, that book. What is the book name again?
The Denial of Death by
Denial of
Ernest
Death.
Becker.
All right, do some reading, guys. It's good for your brain. Jared, what you got?
Blue Eye Samurai.
Yeah.
And this is really, really awesome. It's funny because earlier you brought up Shadow Man. And I mentioned from Princess and the Frog because the Shadow Man, that guy's voice is in this.
Yeah.
So I was pretty, I love that. But it's also put together by Michael Green, which helped write Logan and Blade Runner 2049, Murder on Orient Express.
sick.
This guy is awesome, and this show is super awesome.
Well,
like
also
super violent, really, really well animated samurai show.
I was reading an
It's
article
really awesome on
about the
Netflix.
show, and like the woman she's a fight choreographer, and then she actually did the story. She's a fight choreographer, and she did the storyboards for this movie.
It's really good.
So it's
I'm like
crazy
4
good.
or 5 episodes deep out of 8 episodes. They're like 45 minutes long each, and they're really, really good. I'm loving this
Good.
show. I finished Pluto right before, and then I heard about this show. I'm like, I have to watch that. Pluto was really great, by the way. Do not miss that. Another animated
Okay.
show on Netflix.
God, he snuck 2 in there. Nick, what do you got?
Oh, I talked about Pluto last
I know.
week.
Nick, what do you got?
There's this little place. It's in the very northwest corner of Oregon. It's called Astoria.
Baby!
Hey,
Go pay a visit to it. I was there yesterday for a wedding.
Nice.
I mean, that's
I love
the
that
worst
story. I've
reason
been
to
there a
be
couple
there.
times.
Astoria Brewing.
Oh.
Bowie Brewing.
It-
But the most important,
Fort George.
baby!
yeah, Fort George.
And not even talking about brewing. It's a town that's been in movies.
Goonies.
I mean,
Goonies, Short Circuit.
Short Circuit!
Goonies, Short Circuit, Kindergarten Cop.
Oh, yeah, correct.
Yeah, that's
well,
right.
Kindergarten Cop is in all over the coast, but yeah.
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 Well,
Seaside,
yeah.
think.
I was even gonna like plug the bridge, the Astoria Megla Bridge. But just go check it out.
It's a
Wonderful
fun city.
town.
Yeah.
I want to go
Yeah, I
back.
wish I would have had more time to spend there.
Dude,
Dog
so
hated it.
so the
but-
back
Worth it.
the backside of Astoria. So like usually you come up the kind of the straight route, but if you go home
Is the backside of Astoria Astoria?
Sure.
Is that the backside?
sure, John.
With 2 S's,
But it's the
right?
most
Yeah.
curvy,
Yeah,
turny
where's the
road. Like if you have a car
Yes.
and you want to fucking just be aggressive and like corner,
If you have a Gambler 500,
or any car, like if you had a Subi or a Lancer, any kind of like cool ass like
Dude, the Washington
handling-
side is super corny.
no. You literally the back end. I've never been on a more curvy road than that backside into what does that go back into? I forget. But it's crazy
Yeah,
road.
yeah.
I just remember like being drunk and like Dave driving. It was like we could go this way, and he's like, well, let's go back this way because I remember going this way with my hunting buddies, and it's just like crazy. And it's like all right, and no joke, it is the most curvy ass road I've ever like
I know what you're
freeway
talking about. I've
highway
been that way. It's
ever been
nuts.
on.
That sounds fun.
I think I might know the way that Ian's talking about, but
Same.
It's like you don't go
Nuts.
back through Astoria, you go up over behind Astoria and back down
Yeah.
into, and it's just like holy, and it's a long
So-
drive because it's just like so curvy and obnoxious, but it's also
It's like the
incredibly
old
fun.
highway kind of stuff.
It's old, it's fun,
Yep.
it's super fun. Anyway,
it's like if you're on 101 and you look east, I think you see the bridge to the road that Ian's talking about.
Yes, I've
Okay.
seen this place.
like
Yeah,
you
I
go
think I've
up
been on it.
because Astoria is
Sure.
kind of on a hill, so you go up the hill instead of
Yeah.
going through Astoria. You go up. Instead of going through, you
Mm-hmm.
go up, and then you come back down, and then it's just like holy shit, what is this? Anyway, that's not
And
my
then
rec-
and
Oh.
and
Go
then
ahead.
pre-wife also mentioned that there's like something in Astoria that's like, oh, you've been there before, and I'm like, no, I've never even heard of this post or pole or whatever.
Oh, the column.
Yeah, the column. I've never been
I
there
actually have a
before.
picture of my background on my phone.
Oh, nice. Yep.
Nice.
Mm. Yeah,
It's-
never been there, so I need to go back and check
It's
it
cool.
out.
It's pretty dope.
So I mean,
Cool.
Yeah.
We should
Astoria,
all
wonderful
go to. We should do a day out in Astoria and like just do the breweries, like kind of do like
Well,
a day and
mhm.
I went to Bowie. They actually have plexiglass to look down below, so you can see like the sea lions or seals or whatever's
That was
down
so
there.
cool. I
My
loved it.
daughter wouldn't leave that window.
I heard maybe like a year or two ago, they had an even better feature where they actually introduce you to it firsthand.
No,
that's
the brewery.
Oh.
That's separate. That's separate. Those are two separate locations.
That's the brewery that
Yeah.
collapsed. Oh, okay.
That's funny.
My mistake.
Ian, what's your recommendation?
So I put it up.
Couch co-optional.
I put it up on Discord earlier, but I watched the new David Fincher movie, The Killer, starring Michael Fassbender. It's really good. It's very minor Fincher. It's basically the thinking man's John Wick. It's kind of a dark comedy. A lot of narration, but it's shot really well. It's edited really well. It's a really fun and good movie, but it's not
a real
like
film.
It's not like Zodiac or Seven or Fight Club. It's not like that level Fincher, but it's like Panic Room level Fincher. You know, that's what. Anyway, if you're a David Fincher
like
fan,
William Fincher.
If you like David Fincher, it's a good movie. Fassbender's awesome. I think it's a pretty funny movie, but a darkly kind of dry sense of humor. Anyway, The Killer. It's on Netflix right now. Go check it out.
Cool.
All right. What's our trivia, Jared?
So there was somebody that created a company called STI for Sega back in the day, and he produced Sonic the Hedgehog 2 under that company. You know, it's called the Sega Technical Institute. This guy went on to design the PlayStation 5. What's his name?
I'd have to Google it. I have no idea.
Mark Cerny.
Oh, really?
Produced Sonic the Hedgehog 2 under the company he started, STI.
I had no clue.
Which connects last week, the release of Genesis.
Because Mark Cerny then also helped create the PS4 and PS5, right?
Yeah, and Marble Madness back in the day.
Marble Madness. That dude.
I loved Marble Madness. Dude,
he's one of the names that's been considered for the new PlayStation head. Now that what's his name dropped out, I know people are floating his name around.
Oh, yeah. Mark Cerny is awesome. I've loved a lot of his content.
I doubt it.
But yeah, I had no idea he produced Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
I didn't know
because Sega was trying to get more American game companies and stuff like that. So Mark Cerny started STI.
Sonic 2 isn't Sonic 2 widely considered the best Sonic?
Yeah.
That is a very lovely song.
So what a connection. I had no idea until I did the research today. I was like, PS5 launch. I should research Mark Cerny.
It's been a long show. We should get out of here. Let people go to bed. Blah, 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 blah. Where's the shit? Here. Oh, here it is. Well, I want to thank you all for listening. I remind you to leave feedback at thecouchcoopshow@gmail.com or find us on socials. What is it? All one word?
No hyphen.
Oh, that's right.
Still got it.
I want to thank you. I want to thank you all for joining me here, Jared, Nick, Aaron, and John.
Always.
For joining me here on the Couch Co-op. I'm Ian, and I want to remind you to please be excellent.
That we miss Dave.
Oh, do we? Well,
always.
I'll remind you.
He's not going to miss us after this list.
Yeah, I want to remind you to please be excellent to each other.
Couch Co-op is full of douchebags. Couch Co-op.
Okay. Oh, jeez.
Couch Co-op is full of douchebags.